I love a good build challenge, and in today's video I am choosing chaos. I am choosing violence. Ultimately, my main goal for today's video is to stress myself out to the absolute max. So yes, that means in today's video we are attempting the every room is a different budget challenge in The Sims 4. So because this challenge is going to be just naturally difficult, I figured I would just pop myself down on a little 20 by 15 lot in Willow Creek, and we're just gonna, I think I'm gonna stick with just a single story family home so that like I'm not overwhelming myself, because like I said, this is going to be an overwhelming challenge just like by default. So I'm gonna just build like a little shell here, and I want to keep it, like I said, relatively simple because I don't want to make this too difficult for myself. So I'm thinking, like I said, just like a single story home. So honestly, I'm just thinking something like this, and then inside it's not gonna be too difficult, hopefully. And we've got enough maybe rooms to occupy ourselves with, you know? So this is kind of my thought. And I'm not gonna budget myself for the exterior, by the way. It's just gonna be for the interior rooms. I don't want to again make this any more difficult than it needs to be. So we're gonna do a little bit of this. That needs to come back for sure. And again, and then we're gonna have another roof piece just over here, and then I'm thinking of adding this in the middle and then bringing it all the way out like that. So that's our little shell done. Now I think I should lay out the floor plan before I do anything else, just to make sure this house is going to be suitable for this challenge. I think that makes sense as a bathroom, that makes sense as a bedroom, that makes sense as a smaller bedroom. I mean, like, this could be the main bedroom, right? I mean, how big is this room? Can it fit a double bed? Oh, that's not a double bed. Okay, it can fit a double bed, and you Sims can walk through there, and then we can have like a dressing area there. So that could be the main bedroom, and then we could have like a kid's room over here. Although, to be fair, we could, I mean, if this, I don't know whether this is going to eat into our space just a little bit, because I was thinking that like that could be a second bathroom, but I think that eats into our space probably a little bit too much, because we don't have an awful lot of space here. Like, let's be honest for a second, because if this is going to be like the living room here, and then do we do what I initially set out to do, which was this? Okay, I think we've got it. So kitchen, living room, second bedroom, entrance, main bedroom, bathroom. 2 bed, 1 bath. I actually think that works. So 6 rooms. It's not too overwhelming. So I think that works pretty well. Okay, now that we've done that, I'm not going to budget myself for the exterior of this house, because I think that would just be a little bit silly. So I'm going to use some of these new basic in windows that we recently got in an update, because I'm a little bit in love with these windows. I'm going to be honest. They're so nice. I love these windows so much. And I think they work with the house, actually. So let's just pop some down here. And then we could, to be fair, we could have the same door at the back. Could we? Okay, I'm thinking we might need some more windows. So let's just have a think here, because we need to be very aware of, obviously, the rooms. I think the kitchen just needs one more. Obviously, the living room, because it doesn't have any other doors, we could definitely do with 2 windows there. So whilst that probably looks a little bit odd, it doesn't look too bad from the outside, to be fair. I think, you know, when it comes to houses like this, you kind of expect the window placement to be a little bit off. So let's just put some trim all around the roof pieces as well, and then we can, I'm not gonna overly concern myself with the way the exterior of the house looks. Obviously, I want it to be kind of cute, but I don't, you know, I'm not gonna kick myself if it's not like the best exterior that I've ever done. You know? So let's throw some of this siding on from Growing Together, I think this is from. I actually really like this siding. I'm tempted to change the roof though for something just a little bit softer, such as this. I just think that works so much nicer with the blue. Maybe we could add some sort of chimney, just like a little chimney You know, like maybe on a bit of an angle here or something. I know that's probably a bit weird, but I actually think that works. We definitely need some of our tried, trusted and true columns from Parenthood. Whoops, no, not that. So like these could go here. I think we've done this quite cleverly with the interior of this house so as to not overwhelm ourselves. We haven't gone silly with the rooms. Now, if anyone's interested in me perhaps doing like a little bit more of a challenging random budget challenge, like we could build a much bigger house, then please let me know if that's something that you would be interested in, because I think that would be a huge challenge, especially for me, because, you know, like, you can tell I'm scared. I'm already fearing for myself here. I'm gonna be honest, but I'm also kind of excited as well. Now, look, I'm a little bit tempted to use some of these shutters from the Horse Ranch pack. Look, we all know I love these shutters. Like they have such a special place in my heart, and they just add like this really nice detailing to the house. Please don't come for me. I love it so much. Okay. Oh, we could put this on the outside. I'm trying to enjoy myself as much as possible with the outside of this house, because I know full well when we get onto the interior, I am not going to be having a good time. Right, that's the exterior of our house done. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to place some lighting just so that I can see what I'm doing. Okay, I'm just going to place... depending on the room size, I'm gonna place however many lights I think are required. Okay, I was just gonna say I will just place one light. No, look, I need to see what I'm doing. I need to see the spectacular failure that this challenge is likely going to be. So I want to be able to see everything. Okay, now comes the hard part. So I think we should start ourselves off real easy and start with the entrance, which is this room here. So I've already set this from 100 to 10,000 simoleons because I just think that that's like the average range that people do when they do this challenge. So that's what we're going to do. So starting with the entrance, what budget are we going to get? 4736. Now I'm going to really try my hardest to try and use every single simoleon. So if I'm set 4736 for a room, I'm going to use 4,736 simoleons exactly, or at least I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try my best. Okay, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but that's what I'm going to aim to do. Okay, 4736. Let's come out of base game, because that's an entirely different thing altogether if we were to like do the pack thing. So that's actually quite a lot of money. Now, what I am thinking of doing here is adding like a computer space, because like a desk with a computer on, I think that'll help us really sort of utilize all of the budget. Now, I'm also thinking of like, that's a nice flooring, isn't it? Like we could definitely try and use that in the rest of the house. That's the plan. It's not particularly expensive. It's not the cheapest either. So I think we're going to be pretty safe with that. So like I want this house to look good. I don't want it to be like, you know, like that's fun, but that's not very expensive, is it? Like the most expensive one is this one here. That's 2 simoleons. This is 6 simoleons per panel. Oh, and that actually works really, really well. So if we rethink the desk and go for something more like this, maybe. What's that one? 405 simoleons. Then we can afford a more expensive computer. 3,360. Which gives us 815 simoleons left, which I know what you're thinking, like, that's not a lot of money. Actually, for a hallway, it really is. So I think that's actually a really good thing to do. This is 100 simoleons. I really like this rug. I have stated many times that I want to use this rug so badly in builds, and for some reason, it just never, ever, ever happens. Like, I don't know why, it just never happens. What about this one? That's nice. That leaves 555 simoleons. And I think we can really sort of go to town on the decorations in here. Let's be honest. So like that's really cheap though, isn't it? I've just noticed that plant's called Bob the Plant. That's hilarious. What's the most expensive plant that we have? Like this is an expensive one, 410 simoleons. Like we could size that down. She only leaves 145 simoleons left. Is that doable? These are free, so am I cheating? I suppose technically I am. I also don't really care that much, you know, so that's that. Could have some little books there. 65 simoleons left. I think we need something above here for sure, just to add a little bit of something, you know? Like what, but what could we put? Oh no. No. We can use these, look. I love using these above desks. So that means we've got 40 simoleons left. Do we have like a really cheap light? I'm rethinking the plant because that is an expensive plant. And I want a really nice lamp to go here, or even a candle. A candle would be nice, right? Like we could put a little candle there. That's only 75 simoleons. I like this one too. That's only 80 though. And it's quite big. What about this? We could add a thermostat. I never do this, but we're going to add a thermostat. That helps us spend a bit of money. We've got 170 simoleons left. We definitely need something going on over here. I'm thinking like a little chair. Oh, we've actually got quite a few to choose from. 35 simoleons left. I like where this is going. We can actually afford quite a bit of artwork, but I don't think any of it is really going to fit the vibe. Wow, we can't afford anything. We've got 20 simoleons left. A holiday cracker. We've got a jar of marbles. Hold on. That is 20 simoleons. We could put a little jar of marbles there. Ah! We've actually done that room exactly to the budget, which is exactly the whole point of the challenge. Yes! Okay, it's a room. That was the budget. So that's what we're going with. Okay, next room we're gonna work on. I think I'm gonna go for the bathroom, which is this room here. Okay, so let's go back to our random number generator. What are we gonna get for the bathroom? 3886. I think this game is being very kind to us today. 3886 for the bathroom. So let's filter by bathroom stuff, and it's actually a really big room as well. So we can definitely splurge a little bit. I mean, that's 2,300 simoleons. This one's 1,500 simoleons. Do we have like a plainish swatch? We've got... Oh, no, I don't really like that. Ew, do we have like a more of a plain swatch than this one? Or is this like the plainest it's going to get? We could go for that. And then the toilet, we could use this one from Tiny Living. And then maybe we could do some counters all along here. What have we got? Like, we could just use that plain white one. That might be kind of nice. Or do we have more of a... Ooh, that goes better with the countertops, I think. And then for the tiles, what have we got? What do we have? I really like this one. I never really get to use that, but that was only 32 simoleons for that entire thing. I think we can afford to spend just a little bit more money on the tiles. So what if we did that? I mean, it's not a huge amount more, let's be honest. But that's fine, it's not a problem. So sink-wise, I'm thinking actually what we could do is we could definitely use the one from Parenthood because it fits with the counters that we've already placed down. We need a mirror. We can definitely afford like probably a more expensive mirror. So what if... I like that one actually. I never really use that and I'm not entirely sure why. But the beauty with this is that we have a lot of stuff for bathroom clutter, which means that we can probably try and utilize the budget quite nicely in this room, which is great news. So I'm going to put these towels on here, maybe a little rug in front of the bath shower sort of situation we've got going on. Oh my goodness, that works perfectly. Oh, look at that. We could delete that and then maybe put in some sort of like, I don't know, like one of these in here. Oh, that's really nice. Okay, definitely yes. That's nice. We've got 654 simoleons left, which is actually quite a lot. So let's see what we can add. I always put this above my toilets. I'm not entirely sure why, but I just do. Okay, we've got like a little hamper here that we could sort of like angle here because this isn't functional, so we could definitely angle that in front of there like that. We've got like this is cute. We could put this in here. That's nice. Let me just put my little toilet roll holder in. That's 50 simoleons like already there. And then what if we put some like laundry on the floor, like a little bit of clutter going on. That's nice. 264 simoleons. Okay, that's actually a really good place to be in. I wouldn't mind having a plant somewhere, but we've already used that outside, so I don't necessarily want to use that. We could use that just next to the sink there. We can definitely put that just here. Amazing. Oh, look, we can put a little candle here. That's 50 simoleons. We've got some clutter that we can put down. We've got like a toothbrush holder. We've got these little wall decals that we could maybe add, you know, like here. And then we could add a different one just here. Oh, look, that's so cute. We've got 9 simoleons left. We can get another one of these in. Boom. 4 simoleons left, which means we might need to come out of bathroom clutter because we can no longer afford anything in that pack. So let's shimmy everything over here and just get everything situated while we work out how we can spend our last 4 simoleons. Let's do this. I might even change the swatches. That can be white, and then we can have them as like the multicolored ones maybe. Okay, have we got any decorative pieces perhaps that we can... Okay, that's 0 simoleons. That does not help. And also it's an outside plant, so that definitely doesn't help. These are free again, so I don't really want to use them, although I wouldn't mind having some just as you walk in to the room. We sort of fit it with like the colour scheme that we've got going on. You know, like with the pink and the blue and stuff like that. Is this cheating? This feels like it should be cheating, but maybe, just maybe it's not. Like, this feels like I am cheating. I'm going to be honest. But also, it does technically fit in with the theme that we've got going on. I'm just saying, like, it genuinely does. And there's everything in there required for a functional bathroom, and we've used the full amount of the funds. I'm going to class that as a win. Next, I think we should work on the kitchen, and I know that this is where I am going to be punished. So far, I feel like I've been pretty lucky. Now that I'm saying I'm going to do the kitchen, I'm going to get a really, really low budget. 7,348 for the kitchen. I will absolutely take that. I will absolutely take 7,348. That's actually a really good amount to have for a kitchen. Like, I think we could make something really, really nice with this. So I'm actually quite excited for this one because we don't really have to concern ourselves with the budget. Let's be honest. I don't really want to use those counters. I'm tempted to use these ones from the Dream Home Decorator because I haven't used them in a little while, and because the outside of the house is blue, I just thought this might be kind of nice. Would we have like this sort of situation going on? And then maybe some counters over here. Anyway, for tiles, I think I might use the same ones from the bathroom, and then the same with the tiles for the walls as well, actually. So yeah, that works. I definitely would like a rug underneath the chair. That's okay. Oh no, actually, should we do this one instead? And then change it to maybe blue? Is that too much blue though? I do this all the time. Like I'll talk myself out of stuff so often. I've got like this big blank wall here. So what I'm actually considering doing is adding a big archway to the living room. And I can take it from the budget. I do not have a problem with that at all. It's just that like, it's just quite a big, you know, like gap, and I wouldn't know what else to do with that really. So yeah, let's do that. Now for appliances, I don't think we necessarily need to concern ourselves too much. Oh my goodness, we can use the new kit. Help. Oh, I love this kit so much. It's just not even funny at this point. It's just so nice. I think I might put the sink there. Is that a bit weird to have the sink next to the cooker? I think we would definitely have like a little coffee machine over here or something, you know, like this is what I'm envisioning. I think we can also afford a dishwasher, which is awesome. So I'm going to put that there. Okay, all of a sudden we've got next to no budget. Oh dear, right. That's to be expected, I suppose. But it's okay. It's fine. We can still do this. I still have every faith that we can still make this work. So I'd quite like a plant. Can we afford cabinets, even if it's just above here? I don't know. Let's have a look and see. It's not those ones, is it? Which ones is it from Dream Home Decorator? Oh, it's these ones. Oh, I don't really like these. Oh, we're very quickly gonna run out of money here, I think. 204. I feel like the plant would be over here, right? But I do feel like we need something over here. I'm not entirely sure what at this moment in time, but I feel like we need something here. Technically, we've got everything that we need. It's just now a case of sort of like finalizing like the little details. So that leaves 54 simoleons left. I think we need something over here. Now, let me just see how much the little aprons are. Oh, see, they're 145 simoleons. Really? They're 40 simoleons. Oh, we definitely need some like clutter going on in here, but oh no, should we get rid of... I don't really want to get rid of anything as such. Maybe the dishwasher's not required. That's only 150 simoleons though. Oh, I forgot we've got this. Look, wait, we could put this over here. Yes, 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 and yes. So much yes. Oh, I'm so excited that we've been able to afford that. That is so exciting. But I don't really want that. If I was going to have something, I think it would be... I prefer this, I think. 4 simoleons left. Right, we are in exactly the same position that we were in with the bathroom. Except I think when it comes to a kitchen, this is a lot more difficult to navigate. Like, I don't know what we can actually put in here. I'm going to be completely honest. Is there anything in storage that we can use? No. Dressers? No. Bookshelves? No. What is going to cost 4 simoleons? Put that one in. Which gives us 369 simoleons left. We can definitely use more kitchen clutter now, that's for sure. I feel like I'm scraping the barrel here, I'm going to be honest. Look at these little oven mitts. Are you joking me? That is the sweetest thing I've ever seen. 180 simoleons for this little painting. Maybe... Ooh, that's quite cute. These are 30 simoleons. These can go near the kitchen sink, just like this, she says. Like that. Cereal box, 25 simoleons. 29 simoleons left. And your Sims can prepare on that counter. I know it's not... Oh, in fact, that's not very ideal, is it? Let's put them there then instead. Like the little cereal box. Go to show all. 25 simoleons. But then we're in the same position as before. We've only got 4 simoleons left. This is too difficult. I'm sorry. Like, who can do this? Who can do this successfully? I need to know right now. For the walls, like, ooh, 10 simoleons? Because there is a child that lives here, so maybe they could have done some artwork and the parents have hung it up in the kitchen. Oh my goodness, this hurts. Like, I'm actually hurting right now. 14 simoleons remaining. See, if I spend that, I've still got 4 simoleons left. Oh no, is that just the amount that I'm going to have left regardless? Is it cheating if we put the paw print pictures down where you can't see them in the room? Is that cheating or is that actually quite clever? I've got 4 simoleons left again. Oh, look. Right. Okay. Hold on. I can make that work, right? And then what if we did this? Look, that's the only way I'm going to be able to complete this challenge. I'm sorry. That is the only way I'm going to be able to complete this challenge. So that's the kitchen done. Look, if that's considered cheating, then take me to jail. Just do it. Just lock me up. Because I'm going to be honest, I was about to lose my mind with that. We need to probably center these because there's nothing else that's going on top of there. Okay, right. I think we should do the living room next, which is this room here. So let's pull up our budget and see what we're going to get for the living room. I've been quite lucky with these budgets so far. Right, living room stuff. Let's have a look and see what we've got now. I'm thinking. Okay, I don't really know what I'm thinking yet, but it'll come to me. Hopefully, it'll come to me. I don't want to use them. They're a little bit too modern. 950 simoleons. That seems quite expensive. We need to try and pace ourselves. This is 505 simoleons. Now, I do use this a lot. Look, granted, I do. I use this a lot. Let's take these. Let's take the same wallpaper. Okay, good. Let's get some nice curtains just over here. It's looking very beige at the moment, but that's fine. It's going to look beige until we start adding a little bit of colour in here, okay? Maybe we change this to blue because the house is blue. Let's not forget the house is blue. I'd like to have like this sort of theme of, I don't want too, I was just about to say, I don't want there to be too much blue in this house. I've just looked. There's actually quite a lot of blue in this house. Look, it's just the way it's happened, okay? I refuse to accept responsibility for that, but this is perhaps where we can start adding a little bit of colour to the rooms. So we definitely need a TV stand. Now I'm thinking of just something, is that a little bit, can we afford to have something a little bit nicer, do we think? Like this? That's nice. TV. Oh, TVs are expensive, aren't they? But like we could cheat, look, we could use the tool mod. I won't tell if you want. I will not tell if you won't. Look. This is just how it's happening, okay? It's just how it's happening. Just let it happen. Just let the chips fall where they may, you know? That's only 65 simoleons. That's cute. Just a little bit of colour in here. I was thinking about putting an armchair and a little light here. So I do like this one. How much is that? 130 simoleons. That's not horrendous. Let's go quite, I don't want to go super simple with the chair. That's not necessarily the word I was going to use or look for. I love this one from Horse Ranch. And yes, I know it's blue, but I really like it. And then there's nothing going on over here. Have we got a bookshelf that we can perhaps add over here? Ooh, look at all these. We can afford all these bookshelves. Well, this is great news. But I don't want to blow the whole budget, you know? So what if, what's that? 250 simoleons? Okay, that's still not a bad place to be in, I don't think. Ooh, oh no, we need a coffee table. This is getting out of hand. That's 140 simoleons. That could work. That could definitely work there. A little moment in the middle of the table. I love this, but I do tend to size it up with the tool mod. Do I do 1.3 with this? I feel like I do. Yeah, that's nice. Just adds a bit of freshness. Let's have a look for some artwork before we start delving in there. Let's see. What do we have? We've got these from, Dream Home. Are those from Dream Home? No, Tiny Living, sorry. And do you know what? That actually looks really nice. It fits nicer with the vibe. It's not too much. Yeah, I quite like that actually. I'm just thinking, do we want something over here? 14 simoleons remaining. Okay. And then change this because it clashes a little bit. Okay, hold on a minute. Kids room, kids decorations. Could have that there. A little calendar here as well. Oh, that's really sweet. Okay, perfect. Ooh, rocket ship? Maybe they built this and left it in the living room. Oh, that's a sweet idea. I like that. Okay, yeah, maybe they built that and left it in here. 59 simoleons remaining. We do have a dog living here, so maybe we could put like a little ball for the dog to play with here. We've got this that we could turn on its side and put like that. 4 simoleons remaining. I can't. Come on. Really? Am I gonna have to do this again? I mean, this we could kind of get away with over here, to be fair, but I don't like doing this because it feels like I'm cheating. I know I'm not, because technically I'm using all the budget, but it feels like I'm cheating. Oh my goodness, no. Oh, it's so bad. Like, we could have them just like poking out, you know, like this. Like they're just poking out. Let's do this. There. Okay, technically it's a functional living room, so I'm going to take that as a win again. Okay, let's do... Did we say that was going to be the main bedroom? This is going to be the kids' room. Should we do the kids' room next? Because that's going to probably be the most fun. So let's... Kids' room. 9,913 simoleons for a kids' room. Challenge accepted, because I'm going to be honest, I feel like we can fit more than one child in here now. So... Let's get the most expensive beds, bunk beds. Should we do bunk beds in here? We definitely could. Let's just use these because we've been using these throughout. Let's go for some wallpaper. This is probably going to be a bit much. Although I wouldn't mind having them as accent walls at all. And then we could just do this. Don't mind that. Don't mind that at all. Now, look, we don't really need to concern ourselves with budget for this one, so I'm just going to, like, see what happens, really. I want to go a little bit out there with the colour schemes, perhaps. Okay, we're in pink. I do really like that. I feel like I use it a lot, though. So why don't we use something a little bit different, like this? Sure, we could put that there, actually, because I think that would probably be where it would go, in between there. Let's get a nice little light on here. Got this one. I like the base. I know it's only 45 simoleons. We should probably be considering using a much more expensive one, but I'm also aware that I want to put quite a lot of stuff in here as well. So, you know, 425 simoleons. So we could put that there. This is going to be like the most pink room you've probably ever seen. Which I'm okay with. I'm going to be honest. I'm completely okay with that. Oh, I was thinking of something like this, you know, just to put in between here and here. Oh, and then we could have like some boxes down by the side of the bed. Put a phone and keys down there, I guess. 550 simoleons. I mean, I can see why. It's a phone, so that's probably why. I think we need a desk in here. Oh, we could have put this one here from... Is that from Comfy Gamer? Cozy Gamer? I always get them mixed up every time, without fail. Let's buy a really expensive computer. Yes, 3,000 simoleons. That's what I'm talking about. I feel like for this challenge, you probably need to be pretty good at maths. And I don't feel like I'm all that good at... Well, I used to be good at maths in school, but I haven't been at school for quite some time, so that ship has sailed. I know we've used that in the kitchen, but I really like this. Oh, we also need some more curtains. Yeah, I do. I feel like we could maybe use that in here. I just really like it. It's such a good plant. Like, it really is. Right, let's filter by pink again. Oh, look, we've got like this. So sweet. We could do with another light on here for sure. Like maybe this one. I like that. And then they could have like a little candle here as well. Oh, that's perfect. Yes, absolutely. We need some more like rugs. I know people always say to me like, Rachel, you really do place a lot of rugs in your builds. Look, I know this. You should be expecting this now. I'm just saying, like, you should definitely expect rugs in my builds at this stage. I kind of like how they overlap. Actually, that's quite cute. Wow, I'm struggling to spend the money in this room, but I knew that I would probably struggle to spend the money, which isn't a bad thing at all. It's just how it's fallen. And it's a good thing. It is 931 simoleons left, and they've got everything they need, and it's really well kitted out as well. So this is tough. This is tough. Ooh, what about these? These are cute over here. 50 simoleons, well spent. Okay. In fact, hold on a minute. Let's go to activities and skills and go on to show all. They could have a guitar. How much is that? 740 simoleons. Ooh, that would take us to right near our budget. 11 simoleons left. Ooh, 10 simoleons. Then we'd have 1 simoleon left. Yes, at least it's not 4 simoleons like it has been this entire time. And look, we can use these in here because it's a kid's room. So they actually work. Boom! Kids room done. So excited. I've been spoilt with the budget for this house. So now I know that we're moving on to the main bedroom. We're going to probably like not be as lucky. 8,301 simoleons. I have been spoiled. I've been well and truly spoiled. 8,301. Let's come off the pink because this is going to be the main bedroom. So, what's the most expensive bed we have? Ooh. 1,000, 1,100, 8,000 simoleons. Like, we could just place that and call it a day. We've got... Oh, this is nice from Cats and Dogs. Let's go for this again. Let's go for this again. Oh, should we go for a different wallpaper? Okay, I might even change the bed round so it's more like this. What's the most expensive ones? I don't like them at all. They're 200 each. They do match the bed technically, so that could be... They could be a good option. Let's see. Rugs. Definitely need a rug under here. That could be nice with the pink. Okay, yeah, we can do that for now. Lighting. Let's go for... Ooh, this is nice from Growing Together. 250 simoleons. Sure thing. Get on there. Oh, that's cute. 200. That's only 200 simoleons, really? What if we went like this though? That's nice. I'm also rethinking this rug. It's just not, it's not doing anything for me anymore, I'm afraid. I don't mind that, and technically it does fit with the walls, but it's just not, it's not what I'm envisioning. Oh, that's nice. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Right, let's pick out a nice, expensive, fancy dresser or a wardrobe. Ooh, that's nice. That's from the new businesses and hobbies pack, randomly. Let's put a nice, expensive chair here as well. Obviously, I don't want to go too expensive. However, you know, I don't want to go cheap either. Or we could put the chair there. Oh, hold on a minute. We've got like a pinky vibe going on in here, haven't we? We could use this one from, I think this is from Dream Home Decorator. We need a mirror. Definitely need a mirror. That's 700 simoleons. I do like this one, to be fair. I'm thinking something like this. Maybe sized down just like that. Yeah, that works. Okay, maybe some more artwork for the walls. What would we have? What would we have in this bedroom? What would help us spend most of our money? Is there a good swatch for this? How much is this? Ooh, could size that down and put that there. Because it's kind of got that pinkiness to it, and it's also helping us spend a lot of the money. I have 4 simoleons left again. Why? How does this keep happening? Is this like a normal thing to happen in this challenge, or is it just me that this is happening to? I need to know. I need to know. And we remove the clock. That gives us 184 simoleons. So let me see. 14 simoleons left. Okay, 14 simoleons. 14. Right. I cannot choose something that costs 10 simoleons again. I can't do it. And look, why is artwork so expensive in The Sims? I don't understand. That's 10 simoleons. Oh, it's almost like, I swear, like, stuff in this game is so unfairly priced. Have a little water bottle next to the bed. Why not? And then we've got 4 simoleons left again. I can't cope with this anymore. Is there a cheaper plant that we can go for? I feel like there definitely is. That's nice. So we've got 224 simoleons left. Would they put something in there like this? Because like maybe their child could have made these like little paintings for them or something. 149 simoleons left. 125. I don't like that in that room though. 40 simoleons. Size it down. There, 84 simoleons left. Like a little table next to the chair. What would you have on it though? Another plant? A light? A candle? We can't afford a candle. Can we afford some books? 10 simoleons. Got 29 simoleons left. I mean, I know the rabbits are a little bit odd, but it's just more things for you Sims to do. 28 simoleons would give us 1 simoleon left. Like maybe they could have a private journal on their bedside, and then we can do what we did in the kitchen and cheat. If you want to consider it cheating, which I know a lot of people probably will. Boom. So technically we've used all of the budget. Oh my goodness. Okay, we finished the house. Now I might just quickly pop some like landscaping bits and out here. So our random budget challenge house is complete. I think oh my goodness, how did I miss that? Oh dear me. Anyway, random budget challenge house is complete. I think we got extremely lucky with the budgets that we managed to roll for all of the rooms. So let's do a really quick recap. We started off with the entrance. Again, really lucky with the budget that we got there, but I did want to try and spend quite a lot of money because it's such a small space, so I did end up splurging a little bit on the desk and the computer, etc. Then I'm pretty sure we moved on to the bathroom. Really well kitted out bathroom. It's got clutter. It's not as probably cluttered as I would like to have it, and then we used these little wall decal pieces, which came in really handy because for some reason I kept being left with like 4 simoleons after most of the rooms, so I did end up hiding some of those. look, that's probably considered cheating. I'm sure people will tell me in the comments, and I'm so sorry if it is. And then the kitchen, I really like how this turned out. Actually, it's light, it's bright, it's airy, it's family friendly, it's cute. It's probably not how I would have it if I wasn't working to a budget, but it turned out pretty nicely. Then we moved on to the living room. We've got like a few bits going on in here again with like the little wall decals, but I did allow these to actually stick out just a little bit in this room because we do have we've got kids in this house. So yeah, I'm sorry, I was just going to change the color of that just to put a bit of contrast. So yeah, there are kids in the house, so I wanted to get that across. And then we moved on to the kids' room. We got, I think this is the biggest budget that we had for any of the rooms that we've done in this house, which turned out really nicely. Actually, I really like how this looks. We went super pink in here. Again, very, very cluttered. I think we got if I remember correctly, 9,000 plus simoleons to decorate this room. So yeah, we were very spoiled with that. And then the main bedroom, it's a very odd shape. Again, we got a really good budget, so I did splurge quite a bit of it on this painting here, which I think is 3,000 plus simoleons, but yeah, it turned out pretty nicely. So yeah, that's our random budget challenge done. I actually really enjoyed it, even though there were moments in there where I was just in complete panic because I was thinking, oh, this is not going to turn out how I wanted it to. But yeah, we were really lucky with the rolls. I think if we were to do it again and I were to get say I were to roll 100 or 200 simoleons for a room, I think I would struggle massively. So yeah, very blessed, very lucky with those rolls, but I hope you enjoyed this challenge regardless. If you've got any other video ideas, please feel free to comment them down below. But yeah, I will leave you here. I really hope you enjoyed this video. You all take care, and I will see you all again very, very soon. Bye.